Okay, welcome to the latest production line developer blog. I am Klifsky. I am the designer and programmer of this game, as you probably know. I never really made a decision when I was going to do these blogs about like how I would kind of do it, I guess, in terms of what kind of like attitude to take. I don't watch that many Let's Plays. But when I do, they seem kind of like, some of them anyway, the ones I don't like seem kind of like annoyingly kind of patronizing and childish, in a kind of, whoa, welcome back everybody, woo! And I think that's kind of irritating. But I also think like it's especially sad if like some of the high profile gaming people on YouTube are like only slightly younger than me, and if you spend your life in your 40s pretending to be like 13 years old because you think it makes you look cool, you need to take a long hard look at your life. I think he says, wearing a stupid hat. Anyway, so the other way to go would be to be a lot more kind of like serious and technical, which is how I am most of the time. But anyway, we've gone with this kind of like happy-go-lucky thing where I talk about technical stuff and try not to swear. So that's what we're doing. Anyway, we recently patched the game to build 1.52. Something that I forgot to do, actually, I didn't show you on the main menu, is to change the voting options for what you want next. So a lot of the stuff that is in the voting options we've already done. I will fix that next time. I will be less stressed because I was recently away for a week. So came back with loads of stuff to do. Anyway, so 1.52, it fixes a bunch of stuff. It fixes this crash bug that used to happen if you had this open, like the details window for a car, and then it got sold, the window would hang around and then eventually it would crash. Now it just closes immediately, which makes a lot more sense, right? There's a bunch of new slots that are in that I don't know if I've placed any down actually, that were to do with certain body parts, so as it were, so bumpers, make bumpers and stuff like that. So actually, I do have some of those in, don't I, in this? So where would bumpers be? Fit front arch, make arches, and make bumpers. So yeah, so these are relatively new things where we're making these components. So that's gone in. That's fairly new. The big thing that is new is mod support, which I think I talked about last week, but it's actually in there now. So I have like a test mod that I uploaded to Steam Workshop called Test Mod 2 or something. Obviously it's rubbish and it's just there to show you how it works and for me to do testing. But I do have it installed. So under Fit Electronics I have Fit HUD, which I could put down somewhere. I didn't create a new thing for it, I just reused the graphics of something else. So I could place that down and that could fit a heads-up display. And you know, that's a mod. And if I go in here, it would be a technology, won't it? Somewhere I've added a new tech for Fit HUD. There you go, which I paradoxically haven't researched yet, and it doesn't actually unlock Fit HUD. I was just testing it. So modding is now in, right? So if you want to do mods, there's a Steam guide. I'll put a link up to it, or I'll try and remember to put a link up to it in how to do it. That's quite detailed. It doesn't involve any complicated SDKs or anything like that. You basically just edit text files. So I know some people say, oh, mods ruin a game and we don't want mods in there, whatever. Like, just ignore them, right? If you don't want any modded content in the game, just ignore them. It's easy. If you do, then, you know, that's great. And I've had previous games like Democracy 3 that had an enormous amount of mods dumped and some of them were really good. It didn't take that much effort because the user interface for it, which I'll show you at the main menu, there's a mods thing here. The user interface for it, if you've played Democracy 3, you'll realise it's... Oh, what did I do there? Shit. Oh, it's because Steam isn't running. Or is Steam running? Steam is running, but I didn't launch it through Steam. Maybe a bug there. I don't know. Anyway, so the user interface for it was kind of like sort of already in there anyway. It's not the final version of it. Because that involved adding a new button here, I've tidied this up and made these ones smaller and stuff like that. And also fixed a bug down here. If you had a really big monitor, this didn't show up properly. So what else have we got? Let's just... this may crash because I've just gone into a massive save game, and I don't know. Just prepare yourselves that this may crash while I talk about other things. Translations are in there for stuff that was missing. The translations always lag because I put a feature in and then I release it, and then there's new text and I have to send it to a proper translation company to translate it. I don't bodge it in any way. It's done properly. So they always lag slightly with new stuff. The frame rate might be a little bit low here, and you'll see why when I zoom out. This is an absolutely crazy big factory. Don't forget, Shift G turns off the user interface if you want to look at your factory like this, which is kind of cool. I'm thinking of doing it like, I wonder if people would be interested in this, of doing like a postcard mode screenshot button where you could like do this, but it would draw everything. You notice it doesn't draw all the little props and everything. It doesn't draw them at all. Just to take a screenshot for like wallpaper purposes or whatever. Because it would probably take a few seconds to like render that when you render each thing, which is why the user interface gets rid of some of them when you zoom out on a massive factory. So I might do that. We have a new vehicle that we're going to put in, a new vehicle type, which is like a little van. Is actually, do they say van in America? I think you do, don't you? You say minivan, I think. Basically like a car, but the back bit is a van, right? These little vans that like plumbers have and stuff like that. I think we should have that in, and we're just waiting for artwork for that. That'll be coming. And two like non-game related things, I guess, that I should talk about. I'm getting new forums for my website. They're almost completely done, and they use a new system called Discourse, which is not Discord. It's a kind of super amazing new forum system that's great and so much better than my old forums. So my current forums are ignored a little bit while that gets ported over, and then they're going to be good. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to put on there like a development roadmap with like all the dates where I think I'm going to get certain features put in, so people can go, oh, that's coming, or no, don't do that, or how long will it be until we have this. So it's less of a surprise when I kind of say, hey, mods, whatever. So the last big thing that I want to talk about is car batteries for electric cars, which is a hot topic at the moment because of the car company Tesla making electric cars with batteries in, and their Gigafactory, which is this huge factory where they make batteries. So I thought we really should have that in the game. So the way I'm going to do it is we're going to have some new resources. We're going to have Cobalt. We're going to have... hang on, let me actually get my design document. That would make more sense, wouldn't it? Because I've already forgotten how I'm doing it. Oh, Cliff, thou art so disorganised and useless. Oh, here we go. Right, you won't see this, but I'll see it on one of my trillion monitors. Right, okay, right. I see what we're going to do. Oh, single screen. Right, so we're going to add some new resources. We're going to have Cobalt, which is a blue powdery stuff. We're going to have Lithium, which is a sort of white powdery stuff. We're going to have Nickel, which it turns out is a green powdery stuff. So that's quite handy. Very handy for the visual like side of making a game. Those are basically the three ingredients to make a lithium-ion battery, which are little things like I don't have anything with batteries anymore. But they are. If I had one, that would be cool, wouldn't it? They're tiny. They're tiny. Anyway, they're kind of like that big, right? Basically like a big sort of AA battery or whatever. So you're going to make them, okay? Which is we're calling like a battery cell, right? So you will create presumably a pack of them. We're gonna represent it as like 1 or 2 of them, but basically it will be like 100 of them or whatever in a new machine that does that. You will then have another machine, probably with new robots, and that will take those little batteries and make them into a battery module, which is like a big thing, like, you know, like I don't know, 6 or 7 large laptops strapped together or something. You will then take them, the battery modules, and you will pack them together. Oh, I just realised that's not running, is it? Oh my God, what's happened? Has it crashed? I think I've crashed. Oh no, I haven't. No, I was just. Calm down, Cliff. Calm down. So you will then take the battery modules, and you will have another machine that kind of like packs them all into a full-size electric battery module that will probably include a chip, because they have something called a is it a battery management system or something? Anyway, whatever. There's loads more to it than that. If you actually look into how lithium-ion batteries are built, there are some very interesting or boring, depending on your point of view, videos on YouTube about making electric batteries for cars, making batteries for electric cars. It's a big thing. So we're going to have some new animations as a result. We're going to have like, you know, some new robots and some new little stuff in there. And obviously you'll have to research this. So you'll have to research, you know, like battery assembly, and then you're going to have to research like battery module production, and then like battery cell production. Eventually I would like to get to a level where we have stuff like you'd be researching like improved battery chemistry and stuff like that to reduce the weight of the batteries. I would like to somehow get all of that stuff into analysing the performance of a car, because we also want to have like high-powered cars, like super fast cars and stuff like that, like turbo injector things and all that, and eventually get those luxury cars to be more of a thing, because in the game at the moment it's quite hard to make a luxury car. I want to make that a lot easier. Anyway, so that's what we're working on. So to sum up, there's a new patch out. We fixed the export crash. There's loads of new translations in it. New forums are coming. There'll be a development roadmap coming. Battery building is going to be in there at some point. Should I do like a postcard mode for taking really cool zoomed out screenshots? I don't know. Eventually we're going to add like a new small van to the game. That's what's going on. So before I do the roadmap thing, if I look at next week, I might do the postcard thing. I need to do the development roadmap. I need to do some scenarios for those other maps, and then I'm going to start on battery production. So I'll probably, I don't know if I'll have any artwork for it by then. Probably not. We'll see what happens. If not, I'll have other stuff I can talk about. Anyway, so that's what's going on in the wonderful world of production line. It's updated everywhere. We've now got the hang of updating our own builds on GOG. So if you buy the game through GOG, it is already 1.52. If you buy the game on Steam, if you... Wow. Look, I modded in an extra 48-hour movie campaign to check the modding of marketing campaigns rates. If you bought the game on Steam and you like the game, please leave us a Steam review. It's really helpful. It's more helpful than you think, and you don't need to do anything. All you do is you click on leave review, you go, I've been playing this game a fair bit and I enjoy it. Would you recommend this game? Yes. Thumbs up, say, bosh, done. It's really, really helpful because hardly anyone leaves reviews. So they get incredibly skewed and it's quite annoying. Anyway, if you like these videos, please subscribe. Thank you for watching, and there'll be another video next week. Cheers.